Hey Chuck, so today is the day we're going to jump in and start on this. Your H556-5029. Interesting that I had one of these. I just went through one of these. So this one's back to back. That's actually always kind of nice. I didn't plan for that, but it's nice when I do back to back models because then I get to it just means I don't have to think so much about it because it's we've got the familiarity going on. I have your new old stock crystal ready to go. The watch, if you'll remember, it's fully functional. Everything works. Everything works. And there's your chronograph running. You stop your chronograph and it resets to 0. There it is. Saturday 26. There's your 24-hour time alarm. Let's go to the alarm. Whoops, I keep going past it. I just want to check to make sure that we're where we need to be. Okay, we can turn the alarm on. Now the flashing means it's going to ring every time it hits the hour. No sign means it's not doing anything. Now we're going to test the alarm. The alarm works. And the light works. Yep, light works. So it's fully functional. We've got a dirty case. We've got old seals, got a broken crystal. We need a servicing. And you had said that to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to polish anything. We're just going to clean it up and make it so it does what it's supposed to do. And a fair amount of the wear on the PVD, but these always wear like that. Okay, well, let's rip it apart. No time, nothing to do but to do it. So here's the inside of the back of the movement. It's interesting. One, we've got a piece of fuzz here, which is always interesting. Pretty dirty case, which we expect. But here's something that's cool. Well, at least I think it's cool. See this screw right here? Okay, well, I guess let's back up. Look at these screws. Look at that screw, and this screw, and that screw, and that screw. See, they're all the same. They're sort of flattish, not really domed, but with rounded edges. Whereas this one is circularly machined with an even dome. This screw right here, that is a 6138 chronograph screw. It's for the upper calendar plate. These are very specific. They're only used in a couple of places, in the 6138s and in the 4006 Bellmatics. They're the only two movements I'm aware of that use this particular screw. So somebody at some point serviced this thing and they lost a screw and they said, oh well, and they dug through their stuff and for some reason they came up with one of these. Pretty wacky. These are actually cool screws. I like them. Other than that, I mean, we're just moving forward. We also see fingerprints, which is always wonderful. Fingerprints and other just gruck and stuff. Just, I mean, it's fine. We just need to clean it up, right? Let's just clean it. So one curious thing to note, this is your spacer block. Your entire movement is built on this thing. Someone at some point got real lucky. You see this sort of shiny, looks like oil or grease or something on here? What that actually is, this is where the battery sits. This is the effects of a small battery acid leak that started happening down here. Somebody got to it. They got to it before it happened, but man, I tell you, it's the number one thing I see that kills these H movements. You get a battery leak, and then this material is like this fibrous sort of, I don't know, Bakelite style kind of plastic. It's some kind of resin with fibers in it, and it just comes to pieces. It just turns into this dusty fiberglass looking shredded stuff with battery acid. So somebody got real lucky. But cool, let's clean it off and see what we found. Pulling your case apart. So I pulled out your crown seal. Look at this thing. It's like covered in fibers. Someone soaked it in like I don't know, silicone sealant or something to try to make it more effective. It didn't really work. Let me try to get this thing here. I mean, it's still rubbery, but it's completely flattened and it's kind of broken on one side. Look at that, it's like kind of torn. Anyway, it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like an O-ring seal, and it doesn't. Anyway, fun stuff. Fun stuff down on the farm. Alrighty, onward and upward. There's your crystal. It did not want to come out and it cracked further. I hope you understand that if I don't send this back to you, I don't think you want a pile of broken glass. But anyway, that's how your crystal came out. Good stuff. Well, here's your case all stripped down. Usual thing we want to look for. And do we have any pitting? No, I don't see anything on the case back. That's those black spots, that's dirt. This is the inside of your sealing surface. Your nylon crystal ring goes right in there. It's a press in. All this black stuff, that's just dirt and gruck and grot. It's not bad. Well, that sealing surface looks fine too. That should clean up all nicely. Nothing like a healthy bit of watch gunk to keep you going through the day. Okay, let's get it clean. So here we are, out of the cleaner. And you can see that spot where the battery was, that round circle there. No more horrific stuff from the battery leakage. All nice and clean. That's what we want. No more contaminants. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so here we are at the handy dandy QT99. Let's see what the number comes up with, though I saw I had sort of a drop here. So this is our first adjustment. Should be fun. We're still getting a little bit of running in action. Okay. Okay, we're a little loud, so we're gonna turn that down here and try and get, actually, hold on. I want to do one thing I just realized. I have the crown locked, and that can sometimes make it harder for the microphone to hear. Let's try that. Okay. 33 seconds, or 0.3 of a second. Let's give it a full 10-second cycle to see what's happening. Oh, a note for Todd Shuck, if you're watching. This piece reminds you of your Air Force gear because it uses the same technology. These little sort of glow tube things. I forgot what the actual name of them is. That's 5/100ths of a second per day. 4/100ths. That's pretty tight. With these, they tend to jump a lot. It's nice to get something dialed in that tight. Boy, I'm real tempted to just leave that alone. Now I guess I'll fiddle with it just a little bit more, because that's super tight. I mean, I tried moving it there just a hair, and no, I can't imagine that's going to hold. That's still quite tight. That's pretty outstanding. Yeah, okay, I'll goose it a little bit. So Come on. Problem is that I'm sort of far away from this, and so I have a hard time seeing it. I can't get a magnification on it because I'm dealing with the... I moved that a tiny amount. I'd be amazed if that has any effect at all. Oh. Now you see, that would be perfection to me. Gaining 1/100th, losing 1/100th. Wouldn't that be nice? Ooh. I think that's an anomaly, but I'll play with it anyway. Yeah, I think that was an anomaly. That's not real. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt this thing together and I'll look at the numbers again, because honestly, that -1, +1, +3, -6, those are hundredths of a second. That's pretty tight. That's not right. I'm going to bolt it together and we'll see how it goes. Here we are. There it is in all of its glory. Nice and clean. Sweep hits the markers. All of our functions work. There's your alarm. Here's your light. That's pretty much about it. This one is pretty clean and straightforward. It didn't have any problems coming in, and so it makes it a lot easier to not have any problems going back out. Yeah, it was never mistreated, and it led a good life, and it's going to continue to lead a good life. I'm happy with it. Hopefully you will be too, and thank you so much.